Hey, what's happening, you guys? I am Tandra Campbell and I aspire to inspire. So, you all know I am just making happy by any means necessary. But I wanted to talk to you all today about your happiness and relationships. I lost a very dear friend to me here just lately, and I am inspired to share this message this morning. Without going too deep into what's going on with that situation, I wanted to say that we have to take a look at the effect that personal relationships have on our happiness. Remember when I said to you all before, if you've been following me, that we often base our happiness on external circumstances and forces, and which means that we don't actually have control on whether or not we're happy. It means we're up and we're down, we're up and we're down. We can be happy, but as soon as something on the outside takes place, all that dissipates, right? So that basically is saying that we don't have control of whether or not we're happy. But when you start to change your perspective on situations, then you start to take more control on whether or not what you're feeling, where you're willing to go. But nevertheless, I want you guys to think about some things with relationships for a second. When you are in a non-platonic or a romantic relationship, one of the things that we often believe is that two people becomes one, and that's actually what's said in a marriage, right? Two people become one, and you know, the, I think we take that too literal, meaning that we start to have unrealistic, or some people start to have unrealistic expectations of the relationship, and they start to depend on that relationship to create happiness for them. And that's not good. It's not healthy and it's not fair. It's a lot of pressure on you and your partner. So when we get into these relationships, it's very important that we maintain our own identity and allow other people to maintain their identity as well. And one of the things we got to allow is that people are going to mess up. That's human nature. And we get so afraid to mess up, or because of the wrath of our partner, that we can't really be who we are, and then we end up in a very unhappy place, stuck in a relationship or in a relationship for the wrong reasons. A lot of times people stay in relationships because they don't want to be lonely. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to have to carry the burdens of life on their own. They're so dependent or codependent on that relationship, but yet the relationship is a cause of unhappiness at that point. Sometimes we live in the past with a relationship when it was all good and everything was working, and our false selves were there. And as time went on, we both revealed ourselves, our true selves to each other, and it doesn't work anymore. But we get stuck in it. The next thing you know, it turns unhealthy. People get hurt. All kinds of craziness happens. But listen, when you are happy with the person that you are, and you take time to understand who you are and what you need and what you want and what you're willing to accept it, when you get in tune with yourself, you're more likely to understand what a good relationship looks like and what love really is, because love is not judgmental. Love doesn't make you that person has to do this or they have to do that, and if they're not doing, that's not love. That's you imposing your will on a person. The person that you should, the way that I'm thinking or love should really go is that you just love a person for who they are and where they're at, and then you walking that thing through and watching whatever. But other people's lives and the way that they behave and all that should not kill or take away the happiness on the inside of you. I hope I'm bringing that together well for you. So, guys, girls, when you all are in these relationships, excuse me, be easy with one another. You know, understand that we all have to walk our own paths and our own stories. Don't get so caught up and lost in a relationship that you don't know who you are anymore, that you're willing to let this thing take you out. It's not worth it. There's billions of people on this planet. There's someone else out there for you, and understand that the hurt eventually does go away. Relationships shouldn't be the death of you. It should never be that, no relationship. Because if you feel that way about it, it's not a healthy thing. Talk to somebody, reach out to people. And on the outside, I know sometimes you don't want to hear what people have to say about your relationships, but sometimes other people can see on the outside what's going on, or can see, because you're so into it that you can't really see some of the things that's happening. So be open. Everybody is not hating on your relationship. Some people just see it already and see that there's unhealthy things going on there. So protect your happiness, people, and make sure that no matter what relationship you are in, that you maintain yourself. You maintain your own happiness. And then when you get into a relationship and you know that this person is not happy with themselves, and they don't understand how to get through this thing, maybe that's just not where you should be. That don't mean you're cold, cruel. It just means that you got to protect yourself. You got to throw yourself, you got to put the life jacket on yourself before you can go and help anybody else, right? All right, so stop being afraid to be alone, to find yourself until the right person comes along. And guys, girls, stop playing games with people's hearts and emotions. It's dangerous. People are hurting themselves out there over broken hearts, or bad relationships. Be easy with each other, right? Remember, what goes around, what comes around, karma is a mofo. So, anyway, I am Tandra Campbell, and I am just making happy. All right, be easy with each other, people. Remember, live, laugh, and love.